to Adil and ask him, what is it like? He's talked about, managing this whole integration and that being a very grey space. What is the thought that you have?
So Shami, I'm going to look back and talk in terms of in my career till now, I must have done around 40 to 45 mergers and acquisitions. When I was with GE, we bought over the Godrej appliances. When I was with Marks and Spencer's, we bought over a lot of retailers in the Middle East and acquired them. When I was with Coca-Cola and I was actually leading the mergers and acquisition practice out there, and we acquired 22 bottling plants of Ramesh Chauhan, who used to manufacture Mangola and Thumbs Up and those kind of brands. And then with Essar, we acquired a lot of international companies in Canada, America, Africa, etc. Inherent in a merger and acquisition situation is a potential victor-vanquish fear. A fear of victor and vanquish, potentially in any merger and acquisition situation. This leads to three things. Number one, a certain element of initial polarization between that group and this group. It leads to anxiety, right? You pointed out, a huge amount of anxiety. And it begins with an element of distrust. So there is this polarized group which is not willing to trust because it believes that they have taken over, I am the vanquished, they are the victors, and therefore the entire deal works with a certain negative scope. I have believed, and this is if I were to look at all of my 40, 45 mergers and acquisitions, there are four things which have worked or failed in a deal like that. Number one, there is a clarity of domain of negotiation and clarity of domain of non-negotiation. Which means things like values that you as a company want to follow, irrespective of where you are operating from and in which sector you are going to be operating from, those are domains of non-negotiable. You go there and you say, these are my value systems. We want to integrate the value systems at this point of time. These are non-negotiable. You want to carry my brand, then these are the non-negotiables. Negotiables are all the other processes, practices which can be as different, which can be as local as whatever you want. And then they can continue to be different, they don't need to be integrated, they are not necessary for value creation to be integrated, and therefore they can continue to create value. Because that's the purpose of which the acquisition or merger has happened. And therefore you've got to be clear about what is your domain of negotiation and what is your domain of non-negotiation. The third is a false sense of cultural jingoism. The first time I negotiated at Stenlo, this time when we took over the Shell plant, the union clearly told me, we are very happy with our culture. We have no desire to adopt the Indian culture in India. Upfront as an affront to the whole thing. And we had to then explain to him what it meant. So please for a minute don't believe that you are going to, the greatest blunder that most companies do in mergers and acquisitions is to believe that you are going to create a mini India wherever you go or your culture into whichever setup you take it. You've got to be respectful of the culture of that enterprise and identify what you want to integrate and what you don't want to integrate. So you should, number one, not go with a sense of cultural jingoism. And the third, and sorry, I have a total disagreement with you, and of course you have succeeded, you are sure to tell your story. But unless and until you have a very structured change acceleration and migration program which identifies how are you going to integrate and really get the value that you really want, whether you want to call it the 100-day plan or if minus all the Saturday, Sundays, it is a 70-day plan or whatever that plan is, what are you going to do, in what kind of time frame, how is the process going to work, and it's not that magic and miracle is going to make the process work. You need to be structured about it. That's what my learnings have been, so I thought I'd share it.